Every man that serves as a gospel preacher have had Christian wives to come to their office or to their home to discuss ways of winning their husbands to Christ. And some of them seem to believe that there may be some secret formula that they can use to turn their husbands from sin to salvation. But there is no such secret method of converting people, whether it be husbands, wives, or any other person to Christ. The Apostle Peter instructs wives to be models of Christian conduct. The husband cannot be won by the fancy dressing on the part of the wife, but by her devotion to her husband and to the cause of Christ. Peter does not discourage looking our best, but he does point out that these are not factors in leading others to the Lamb of God who taketh away the sins of the world. Peter says, in effect, it is not the decoration of the outward man which influences others to become Christians, but it is the inward life of God's children. We read in 1 Peter 3 and verse 4, "But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price." Let me repeat what I said just a moment ago. The Bible does not condemn our dressing well and comfortably. It does teach explicitly that these behaviors will not convert people. Christians must live the gospel if they want others to see their good works and glorify their Father who is in heaven, Matthew 5:13 through 16. And Peter used the expression, the hidden man of the heart, to describe the inward thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. The phrase is probably equivalent to the inward man that we read about in 2 Corinthians 4:16, or the new man of Colossians 3:10. These concepts tell others that we are not just what we look like on the outside. Even worldly people are generally able to discern between the person who looks good on the outside and the person who is good on the inside. And nothing is more powerful in leading the lost to Christ than to see Christ living in His people. Our outward dress, according to Peter, is corruptible, but the inward man of the heart is not corruptible. The word corruptible means perishable. And regardless of how beautiful you dress, your outward garments, your gold, and your hairstyles will all perish. But Christian character will last their eternity. It is your character, not your dress, which is of lasting value and has a lasting effect for good on the lives of non-believers. That was Paul's reason for writing to the Philippians in Philippians 2 verses 14 through 16. "Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain." Now there is a kind of clothing, Christian wives, which is always appropriate, which is always beautiful, and which will always be appreciated by your husbands. And that is the adornment of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. The Greek text has no word for ornament or apparel in this text, but one of these words is probably implied. The book of Proverbs provides wonderful insight into what being a godly woman means. She girds her loins with strength, and strengthens her arms. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in the time to come. Well, according to the Apostle Peter, the meek and quiet spirit of Christian wives may win their husbands to Christ, and such a spirit is of great price in the sight of God. And I appeal to all Christian wives, especially those who are married to unbelievers, to live every day in such a way that you make known the love of God to all that you're associated with. Friends, we thank you for joining us for our program today, and have a blessed day.